Welcome back to the tea party. We're not quite all mad here yet, and today I'd like to talk to you about a kilt-inspired circle skirt. I think I drew my inspiration for this from a few different sources, but I'd say maybe a major source was the brand Son de Flor. I was super excited to discover this brand and even more excited when I found out they were going to be doing a collab with Rachel Maxey. Unfortunately, their sizing ended up not going high enough for what I need, at least not for what they have for ready-made. And instead of trying to get something custom, which to be honest, as someone on a weight loss journey, I'm not willing at this point to make a large monetary investment in my clothing. So in the interim, I've decided to make what I want because it's kind of covering two bases. It's working off of my creative side and it's saving me some money in that I'm not purchasing items that I'll probably be sizing out of in a matter of months. I purchased this fabric, it's probably been over 6 months at this point, from Joann's. I did some research on my family history and my coat of arms. I have a lot of Irish blood. My family did not have a specific tartan pattern. And if any of them are ADHD, like I'm ADHD, that doesn't surprise me in the least. I decided to go with something that I liked and I enjoy the color blue. So this is what I went with. I want to say I also saw that blue was an easy color to create back in the days, where we were dyeing our own clothing on a much smaller scale than what's mass produced today. That all kind of contributed to the choice of blue. I don't know, there's just something about that swooshy skirt aesthetic that really appealed to me, and I was really inspired by Son de Flor's clothing, so I decided to make something that would fit my measurements, and we're gonna go for it. I already made a wearable mock-up of this skirt from a thrifted bedsheet. If you'd like to see that, I'll link that video in the description, and if I could figure out how to add it to the cards at the end of the video, I'll add it there as well. But we're gonna go ahead and jump into the real deal. There are two things that I'm a little concerned about. Number one, I purchased this fabric before I had my pattern. So I don't know if I'm going to have enough width on this fabric to accommodate what the pattern calls for. If that's an issue, we might have to get creative. We'll tackle that if it's a problem. The other thing is I would really like, if needed, to be able to pattern match. Let's get onto the skirt and into the meat and potatoes. When I made my mock-up, I made a size 18. I actually ended up sizing down in my mock-up to a 16. And I kind of cobbled it together after the fact, but what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go ahead and update my pattern so that I will use the marks and the lines for a size 16. And we're going to start there. On this part, which is, this is what attaches to the waistband, I actually cut off the 16 and I ended up, like, honestly just guessing and fiddling with this on my mock-up. I'm gonna see if I can pull up the pattern file and maybe just print out the page or pages that has the waist measurement on both of these. That ended up working. Because I actually had my pattern done at a print shop in the A0 size, and printing out just the pages that I needed to put the waistband back in, that worked, although it didn't line up perfectly, so that's a little sus. I've got it lined up as close as I can get it, so I hope I don't have problems when it comes time to attach the waistband, but we'll see. I'm glad I went back and referred to the pattern because they give a layout of how you should put your pattern pieces down on your fabric. And I really lucked out because this was 46-inch width fabric, and I have just enough to be able to put the pattern pieces down the way that they designate to do it. And we'll get this cut out and get going. No more, you scared me. You okay, bud? It's you alright? It's okay. Come here. Come here. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know. I know. I'm sorry. You can supervise. You okay? I'm sorry. I'm sorry, bud. I scared him. I didn't mean to. He like appeared and freaked me out. So I squeaked and he was like,
Yeah, Blair. Spook mama.
He spooked himself. I'm sorry I can't be sitting here just as you remember me. 50 cool points if you know what that's from. We've had some things go wrong. I ended up losing a day this week. I'm someone that takes medication to function on a day-to-day basis, and I ended up running out of one of my prescriptions that helps me do that, and it really took the wind out of my sails. Something that has kind of come to light with that is I think I'm trying to do too much in trying to produce a video every week, or at least a sewing video every week. So I'm in the process of trying to determine if I want to go to a bi-weekly cadence with my videos or do different subject matter on the off weeks. That way I at least have 2 weeks to do a sewing project, because if anything happens during the week that doesn't go according to plan, it completely throws everything off for me. I'm doing this alongside my 9 to 5. This is not my normal job. This is just a passion project. So the fact that I'm trying to do this on top of other life commitments plus my 9 to 5, it's a bit much. So there will be some changes to my posting schedule coming soon. I'll let you guys know once I have that figured out. And I cut things off here because we're kind of starting to ramp up to actually assembling the skirt. And there's gonna be some explanation required once we get to that point, because I've run into some things. I'm excited to get this project finished, and I didn't anticipate this being a two-parter, but here we are. If you're interested in more sewing content, if you're interested in self-awareness, I'm doing a no-buy challenge right now. Or if you just want content about some fantasy geek millennial lady and her cat, go ahead and subscribe. Right now I put out videos most Fridays, and I hope to see all of you ethereal little dumplings back real soon for part 2. Bye! Guess you have to like eat this microphone. Itchy nose. But not just any circle skirt. This is going to be a kilt or tartan inspired circle skirt. I hope I said circle skirt, not pencil skirt. Oh. A hawk just flew by. Today I want... Is my face red? Sorry everyone, no video this week. God, that's probably like 1,000,000 years long.